on red. Everything's red.
Everything's red.
Your shirt is red.
Ah, my face is red. My eyes are red. Everything's red. Start. This fucking room is red. Red room of pain. I'm roasted. Fuck's sake. Right.
This is that's it. This is the start.
Is this the start?
This is the start of you constantly moaning, and people can understand that. This is what I have to deal with. This like the little funny man from Offaly. Oh, he's so gas. He's just a moany
bastard.
Just never stops. Just like, oh, I'm too hot. I'm too sick. My shirt's too red.
My shirt's too red. I should say that I'm not normally this moany. I'm a bit moany today. I'm a bit moany.
No.
Hello, how are you?
I'm great, and that's the issue. The problem you have is the same problem that everyone I work with has, and everyone in my house has, which is I am a sore horror of everything. So sore horror, by the way, is the Irish for what's the English
super
for
kind of
super
evader.
dodger? Super dodger.
Super dodger. Yeah.
So super dodger is a word that Neil and I on this podcast got put into the Irish language because we submitted it to the committee that decides on the new words they need to add to the Irish language. And sore horror, because both of us had avoided COVID.
Yep.
Neil since then has succumbed and is no longer a sore horror. But now this is total fate tempting.
Yeah.
And he will now breathe on me during this podcast, and I will get whatever he has. But I just don't get sick, and I don't have some kind of high performance lifestyle to tell you about. I don't get up and stick my face in like ice water at 4 a.m. and whatever. Like I eat absolutely terribly but deliciously.
Have you ever gotten your bloods done or anything like this?
Yes, and this is the thing,
and
right?
What are they like?
Like couldn't be more perfect.
What?
Yeah, and I did a heart thing where we had a guy on the show who was like the chief heart surgeon guy.
Chief heart guy.
Chief heart guy in the Beacon. And he was like,
It's a private hospital in
private
Dublin.
hospital in Ireland, very high-end hospital. And he said, once you're over the age of 40, there's a test. The number one test you should do is this thing where they inject ink into you and they put you in an MRI, and it tells them so much that you don't have to keep going back for things. They know then. Wow. You know what? And I was like, sign me up. I was 47 and I was like, sign me up, I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Went over and he just went, he says, I'll ring you with your results. And I was like, he emailed me to say, I'll ring you with your results. And I was like, oh God. And then he rings, we're shooting the breeze for ages. And I'm like, sorry, do you want to get to? And he goes, oh yeah, well, no, you've the heart of a man, 15 years, we've nothing to worry about there at all. Anyway, what do you think about Man United the weekend? And that was it, right? Now, I have no secrets. I have no explanation. I'm overweight. I eat badly. I don't exercise.
It's just genetic.
But yeah, but
I got my cholesterol done the other day, and my blood type is Kerrygold. I appear to have the blood circulatory system of Henry VIII. A lot of people, and I did not realize this. Do you know the way you can sleepwalk?
Yeah.
Well, apparently I've been eating in the middle of the night like swan and lard. That's what I've been eating in the middle of the night. I am more of a danger to a vampire than a vampire is to me. If a vampire bit me, they would immediately have to go to a doctor.
So it's like you're the foie gras of vampires.
The foie gras. That's exactly it.
Instant gout.
Yeah.
Vampire gout.
That's the new. I could be a contract killer. I'll kill your husband for you. Yeah, if you want to be a rich widow, I'll kill your husband, but he'll get gout, and it'll be a very slow decline over several years.
But you'll be completely innocent.
I don't think gout kills people, is it? I don't know.
No, I met a man when I went to the Champions League final. I met a man who was out there having the absolute crack.
Yeah.
Drinking the pints, eating the food. Yeah. And then he popped a pill at one point. And I was like, you feeling all right there? And he goes, oh yeah, it's my gout tablet.
Really? I met a man years ago and I did a tour of New Zealand, and one of the other guys on the tour had gout. And I didn't know anything about it. And this is such an old man podcast, by the way. And he bumped his... he says, I have gout. And I was like, okay. So I think it's a kind of crystals and build up in the blood and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it's painful. I do think it's painful.
I saw it. He bumped his elbow off something in the kitchen that we were all living and sharing. And his, like, within a minute, it just went...
swelled up.
In the joint. And it was the size of a tennis ball. It was unbelievable. Yeah. But anyway, I have a little bit of a cold. That's it. It's grand.
Fine.
I'm a bit hot. There's a couple of things that happen that you don't need to know about. But I'm not that money.
But he's got a sexy linen shirt on. So those of you who are watching this video rather than you're getting to see the best of Delamere.
There you go. How are you, apart from all that?
Oh, I'm
I have
great.
a cracker great question at the start. Do you remember we always used to try and do this and try and figure out what the question was? You know, and how could we sum up the episode? So this is
absolutely.
my question for you, okay? What is the link between you, David Zachary Moore, and the Sydney Harbour Bridge?
I've been on it.
Okay.
Is that?
Did you like it?
I didn't do the climbing thing.
I did it, Len.
Now, I went there with my family and we looked at it.
Iconic.
Utterly iconic. We looked at it from the Opera House kind of pier, and we looked across and went, there's the Sydney Harbour Bridge. And then we went for food. And then when I went over with the radio show, yes, everyone else went up it except me.
But you don't like that sort of crack.
I don't like that sort of crack. I have no interest in anything adrenaline based. Maybe that's why I'm impervious to most diseases and infections, is because my adrenaline and cortisol levels remain zero.
You have no excitement in your life.
No excitement whatsoever.
Okay, so you don't get excited, you don't get scared, and you don't succumb to infection. I think you are a robot. I mean, a badly designed robot. Yes. Very much, beta model. I would suggest.
Say, if I had the choice to choose a body type, to a meat sack to sling over my metal endoskeleton, if I chose this one, it was badly manufactured.
No, I think you've put an awful lot of people off the scent for 50 odd years. It's actually genius. Yeah. You always go to the loo in my house just before we start this podcast, and I wonder, will we find traces of WD-40?
I'm not excreting anything. Yeah. I'm ingesting WD-40 just in order that my neck and mouth.
Hello,
my mouth joints can move.
Welcome to the podcast. Uploading Metallica update now. Yeah, like all the stuff that you pretend to be interested in, like Man United and Metallica and guitars and all the rest. You just you upload that shortly.
It's like
before
the Matrix when I'm going to learn kung fu, and then he goes and he kind of blinks and goes, I know kung fu. That's basically what I do in your bathroom. I go, oh, this is what I got to do, podcast episodes, and I just press a button in the back of my neck, insert an SD card, and it just goes, terrible facts. There we go.
Yeah, I did a FOSS course on basket weaving once, and it was a similar situation. I now know basket weaving. Okay,
so the connection between me and Sydney Harbour Bridge, I'm struggling, other than the fact that I was not on it.
Here's a little piece of trivia. But you know what I love about Sydney? Apart from that, brilliant city.
Great city,
great atmosphere, great comedy club. Great beaches. I love the fact that, like, Sydney Opera House it's around about 50 years, and it's a massive tourist attraction and iconic. It's not around that long. No. You don't need ancient features. You can just the Wild Atlantic Way. They put road signs on a road we already had.
All the roads.
And named it something. Genius.
Totally.
Okay, so I was on Sydney Harbour Bridge. I did not know this at the time. I did not know the connection between Sydney Harbour Bridge and Dublin, Dublin specifically. Little piece of trivia for you that's kind of life trivia. It's the first time I've ever been breathalyzed, which is Sydney Harbour Bridge.
Sorry, breathalyzed pre-climbing it?
Yeah.
So they can't let you up if you're intoxicated?
Yeah, which would suggest that obviously people have been going straight from a night out, buckled, and going, I will climb Sydney Harbour Bridge. So they breathalyzed people when I did it, and that's 20 years ago.
Now, did they breathalyze everyone, or did they have their suspicions?
Oh, only me.
Yeah. They looked at you, they said, he's very red in the face, and I can't understand a word he's saying. He's slurring.
Yeah.
No, that's his Offaly accent.
That's
his Midlands brogue.
This is how it starts. Midlands brogue, that's earned me loads of money for doing random animated dogs. The man who opened Sydney Harbour Bridge went to the same school as you did.
Stop it.
He went to Belvedere College.
That's incredible.
He was not meant to open Sydney Harbour Bridge.
Okay, this is now getting very interesting.
His name was Francis De Groot.
He wasn't in my class anyway.
It was 1932, so he was a few years behind you.
Just two, I graduated in 34.
34. Yeah. Okay, so he's best known for this. Francis Edward De Groot. He's an Irish-American soldier. Born here, 1888. Grew up here.
Right.
Ended up going to Australia in about 1910. Came back here in 1914 for the First World War.
Okay.
Right.
Good.
That's a picture of him there. That's a picture of him in 1915.
Oh, hello. Very austere gentleman in his
military
uniform, yeah.
Well, they all, I suppose, did look like that.
Particularly those photos, yeah.
He was a soldier, and he was a furniture maker, believe it or not. Anyway, so he enrolled in the army, for the British Army would have been at the time, obviously, 1914 to 1918. Was at the war.
Yep.
He was in the Hussars, I think he was, and served, saw all the battles that you kind of expect to see.
Right.
Enlisted in the 15th Hussars, a cavalry regiment.
So horseback.
So good on a horse. So active duty in the Western Front, transferred to a tank battalion with the rank of acting captain.
It must be very different.
Going from a horse to a tank.
Go to a battle on horseback versus inside a giant metal truck with a gun. Like, you're very much exposed on horseback by comparison.
Yeah, but you can get off the horse and not be trapped in a fiery death.
Yeah, there is that.
When you think about the Trojan horse, was the mixture of the two, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You were in the horse. It was a horse tank. It was the first horse tank.
Giant horse tank.
Yeah. He was. Which would you prefer? I think I prefer a horseback. There's much more freedom. You're in the start. I mean, I can't imagine if you were hit by a mortar shell in a tank in 1915 that it has any degree of protection.
Oh, I also imagine that none of this is pleasurable. I mean, like, your two choices are terrible choices.
Yeah.
I just think I'd still rather be inside something metallic than on a giant
carrot eating machine.
Yeah, I'd think no.
You see, that's your just natural affinity to other machines.
That's it.
I think if I was in the First World War, I think if I had a choice where to serve, I think I'd be the fella pushing the little things on the maps.
Oh, that's a good job.
That is a good job.
That is a good job.
Just pusher, man.
Well, interesting, when you said serve, I immediately thought to myself, serving drinks to the general brigadier
with the big moustache.
Yes, sir, here you go. And then just politely standing and waiting. A very important job, but not one that would see any action.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is what they would say to you. So he was he was at the Battle of the Somme. He was at all the big ones. Okay, discharged in 1919, slightly delayed by the Spanish flu. Anyway, goes back to Australia. And there's no easy way of saying this. By the 1930s, so 1932 was when the Sydney Harbour Bridge was opened.
Opened, right, okay.
He becomes a little bit of a fascist.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, likes the old fascism.
Hey, listen, Belvedere has effects on lots of us. But I didn't go right wing, I'll say that much.
Yeah. You lose one school cup rugby and suddenly you look at the system
clongos.
And you want to tear it down from within. You didn't get quite enough column inches in the Irish Times pull-out supplement for your try-winning tackle. Try-scoring tackle. Doesn't even make sense. So in the 1930s, he joined a fascist paramilitary organisation called the New Guard.
Okay.
And this was politically opposed to the more left-wing government and the socialist views of the New South Wales Premier Jack Lang. Okay. And Jack Lang was the dude who was opening Sydney Harbour Bridge.
Gotcha.
So many of the members of the New Guard were men who served in World War I. So De Groot, by the way, bit of an unusual name, Dutch Huguenot.
Okay, De Groot.
So he is famous. Like, he's famous in Australia. I didn't realise this. He's in the National Portrait Gallery of Australia and all the rest. And I was never taught about this in school. You were never even taught about this in the school that he went to. He went to Black Rock as well, by the way.
But is he? When you say he's in the National Portrait Gallery, you just told me he's a fascist. Like, I can't imagine Australia celebrating him.
Yeah, but he's famous.
Okay, he's famous,
he's
right?
I mean, I'm sure there's portraits of Mussolini still in Italy, you would imagine.
Okay.
So he didn't like Lang, basically, and he
or immigrants or other members of society.
Fairly right wing, right?
Yeah.
So how does he open this? How does he crash this celebration of the opening in the most spectacular way possible? He becomes famous. 19th of March 1932. Lang, who's a Premier of New South Wales, is opening the bridge before a crowd of 300,000 people.
Oh my God.
Right? So he dresses up in his military uniform.
Yeah.
Right? And he borrows a horse.
Back to the cavalry.
All good stories
begin.
And he's obviously fairly handy on a horse.
I would say so, if he's been through the Somme and whatever,
right? Horse, military uniform, which he looks resplendent in, and ceremonial sword.
Wow.
Now, at this point, you're not a part of the official guard.
No.
You'd be shot, like, at 500 yards if this happened in America at the moment, right? Or even the guard armed unit here would begin to go, get the pepper square, Tony, get the pepper spray, right? Lang is about to cut the ribbon. Your man,
Clip clops.
clippity clop clop clop, kind of blends in with the New South Wales regiments that are doing
Yeah.
Draws a ceremonial sword and cuts the ribbon in front of him.
Stop.
And is immediately arrested. Not shot, but it was immediately arrested. He said it was in protest that the governor of New South Wales, Sir Philip Game, old Pippi Game, had not been invited to perform the ceremony. And he was
So he was using that kind of as an excuse, but really he just wanted to get at Lang.
He wanted to get at Lang. Lang was left wing. He was not left wing.
Okay.
And I suppose if he was a fascist and he'd served in the British Army, maybe he tended towards support for more conservative things,
Yes.
which obviously would have been the Governor General and not the Republican ideals, more the monarchist ideals in Australia at the time.
Gotcha.
Subsequently charged 3 offences. My favourite of the 3, I'll give it to you in reversed order. Having used threatening words to Inspector Stuart Robson in a public place.
Yeah. Can't be shouting at guards.
Number 2, having behaved in an offensive manner in a public place.
Yeah.
Number 1, having maliciously damaged a ribbon. Which
With a ceremonial sword.
You know yourself. Yeah, you never get stuck in traffic and the wedding car goes by you and you go, if I had a ceremonial sword here, those ribbons on that mark would be gone.
Hickey's Fabrics and you're slicing curtains like there's no tomorrow.
Just going to town on curtains.
Home store and more. Come at you.
Or you go to your mother's Christmas party or your mother's birthday party, and your sister, who's infinitely better at wrapping presents, has brought ribbons to show you and your 3 brothers
Typical.
up. If you had a Stanley knife at that point, after you attacked your sister, you'd go to the ribbons. I've said too much. You'd go to the ribbons. Charges are heard 1st, 4th, 5th and 6th of April in 1932. First and third charges were dismissed.
Oh, okay.
Right, so ribbon
dismissed.
Damaging a ribbon, which was the property of the government.
Maliciously damaging a ribbon.
Which was the property of the government of the New South Wales to the value of £2.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I assume if it's over £3, it becomes a felony. I don't know. do you think they had to go? They looked at the value of the ribbon, and if it was too much, it would be like possession of ribbons with the intent to supply.
I mean, if he had meters and meters of stuff.
At that point. I was going to... So... the first couple were dismissed. The magistrate did find him guilty of offensive behaviour in a public place,
right? And
he was fined the maximum penalty of £5 with £4 in costs.
Oh wow, nearly doubled.
He later sued them
for
wrongful arrest.
Wow!
And they settled out of court. And he got damages amounting to £69 or $138.
He's 60 quid up.
Yeah. So the moral of the story is, if anybody's opening anything nearby you, get your horse, get your sword, chop the ribbon, sue them for wrongful arrest. You quid's in.
Deal.
Came back here eventually.
Okay.
Only died in the 60s.
Right.
And is buried about 3/4 of a mile from here in Glasnevin Cemetery.
That's incredible.
And the reason I know anything about this is because Glasnevin Cemetery, and that's just a shout out to them, there are really, really interesting stories of people who are in Glasnevin.
If you ever come to Ireland, actually, if you're listening to this, or even if you come to Dublin and you're not from Dublin, or if you haven't done it, do the tour of Glasnevin Cemetery with the experts.
Yeah.
That, they can give you such insights. They're absolutely fascinating.
So, and they put up one of their videos, and one of their videos was about Francis De Groot. He's buried just down the road.
That is brilliant. Love it.
You like it?
Love it. Amazing. 10 out of 10.
Half.
Love it. Okay, well, let's come back for part 2 in a second.
Welcome back to part 2 of Neil and a Robot, a new podcast. Hello, Dave129. How are you? Has your patch downloaded in the break?
I am very pleased to see you, Neil. Your awfully face makes me happy.
Okay. Completely believable.
I have got facts for you that I thought when I started to look at this went, I know about this. I know about this animal.
Yeah.
And then kept going and went, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I definitely didn't know. Oh, hang on a second. We need to talk about this in the podcast. the platypus.
Yes.
The platypus. Look, we all know the platypus is a strange looking creature.
Yes.
It kind of looks like, genuinely kind of looks like several animals were stitched or glued together.
Yeah.
The body of an otter.
Yeah.
The beak of a duck. The tail of a beaver. And some webbed... it's a strange looking creature.
What was that cartoon that we used to watch that was like Strength of a Bear? Do you remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
Was it?
It wasn't one of the Captain Planet
No,
or
it was the
something.
one about the cats.
Oh, He-Man.
No, was it Thundercats?
Thundercats. It was
Was that
Thundercats.
it? Strength of a bear. Eyes of an eagle.
Of an eagle. Or was it a
Whereas
hawk?
this is like bill of a duck. Body of an otter.
Again, poor choices by the animal kingdom, I would suggest.
Insouciance of a monkey.
Okay, so the platypus is a mammal.
Yeah.
But the platypus lays eggs. And it and the echidna are the only two mammals that lay eggs. Okay? And if you were to define a mammal in the kind of basic terms you would do maybe in first year in school biology.
It's you give birth to life
young.
young.
You give birth to life young, exactly. And birds, and reptiles use eggs and whatever. So they're strange from that point of view. It feeds its young with milk.
Okay.
But it doesn't have any nipples.
It decants its milk. Oh, it doesn't have nipples.
No.
Oh my God, I've got so much.
Okay,
but it
go on.
presumably has a hole.
No. It has no holes through which it can deliver the milk its young need for sustenance.
It produces milk.
It produces milk.
It then leaves the milk somewhere.
No.
It has a mini fridge. It got from Harvey Norman. That's why Harvey Norman is a famous Australian
Yes,
brand.
of course, because the platypus.
Because they needed to make
mini fridges for the platypi.
Mini fridges for platypi. What a name of an album, a first album.
Mini fridges for platypi. That is so good.
Isn't it?
Oh, by Harvey Norman and the duck-billed platypus.
Okay, so it produces milk.
Yeah.
So I'm a young baby platypus. I want milk.
Yeah.
My mammy,
Yeah.
is it a mammy? Because
mammy-
all bets are off now
you're
at this
right,
point.
but the mammy has milk
The
for
mammy
you.
has milk for you.
Yeah.
It has no milk delivery system.
It has a milk delivery system,
But
but it
they're
doesn't
not
have
nipples.
it doesn't have nipples or, as you said, a hole. It doesn't have anything approaching a traditional milk delivery system.
Does it have a tiny electrical vehicle?
Yes, which can only go very slowly and is but has room in the back for 2% and half skimmed milk. No,
it doesn't excrete the milk
Yes.
and leave the milk somewhere for the...
no, you're
It excretes the milk directly into the child.
No, it basically sweats milk onto its fur, and the child has to lick the milk from the sweaty fur, which is sweating milk.
Sweating milk.
Yeah.
Now, I remember meeting a farmer at a co-op once. And if I had to guess what the scent was, that's what it would be.
Well, but Cahill, who works on my radio show, is from Tipperary, and that man is a walking cliche of culture. He loves a roast dinner immediately after the show is finished at 12.
Oh, good.
With a pint of plain
of milk?
plain milk. Every day.
I know.
Every day.
Like, there's a difference between it being a culture and being a navvy on the canals and railways in the 1950s.
That's him. Roast dinner and a pint of milk at about a quarter past 12 every
Christy
day.
Moore should sing about Cahill. That's how much of a culture Cahill is. Okay, so
sweating milk onto fur is one of the weirder things about the platypus. The male platypus.
Is there a lynx fragrance that you could get that would cover
Africa, voodoo,
Yes.
platypus milk sweat? It's not really going to sell well, is
but
it?
it has to cover the smell of the milk.
Oh, cover the smell, of course. Although that would be disadvantageous to the young, who would then not be able to sniff and find the sweat patches because they'd be so covered in floral.
Yeah, but you could combine sustenance with solvent abuse at the same time.
Let's not.
That is okay.
It's
That's
horrendous.
horrendous.
It is horrendous. The male has venomous ankle spurs.
Okay.
Okay.
Which is the reason I think Donald Trump didn't serve in the Vietnam War, wasn't it?
It's exactly what it was.
Bone spurs or possibly
venomous ankle
venomous
spurs.
ankle spurs.
So imagine it's webbed hands, and at the ankle there is a spur, and it can jam that into you, and it does into humans. If you're trying
to lick its milk,
if you try and lick the milk off a female, the male will come over to you and go, "Oi, she's mine," and kink, and it can cause excruciating pain.
Jesus,
that lasts weeks or even months.
Jesus
right?
Who designed this thing?
Yeah.
The same fellow who built you, probably.
One of my favourite things is when it hunts.
Right.
It must hunt to survive.
Must it?
Yeah, well, otherwise it can have no food, right?
Okay.
It doesn't eat plants. It's an invertebrate eater. All those little animals and bits and pieces in the little shrimp and stuff in the rivers.
It must hunt to survive. Okay.
Yeah.
And does it use its ankles? Bro?
No, it hunts in water.
Okay.
And when it goes in the water, it closes its eyes, so it's blind. It blocks its ears, that doesn't let water in, so it's deaf. And it covers over its nostrils on its bill, its duck-type bill, so that it can only stay underwater for a limited amount of time because it can't breathe underwater.
So it's trying to hunt shellfish and various other things it eats. It cannot see.
No.
It cannot smell.
No.
And
it can't hear.
And it can't hear.
It is effectively senseless in the water in which it has evolutionarily been designed to hunt in, and it basically goes into a sensory deprivation mode.
I would say to you, if you are a prey and you are caught by that fucking Aegis, it is solely your fault.
You would think that.
You would have to be some sort of mollusk who's completely hungover from the night before.
And just clinging on to some rock
and accidentally, or young lads, teenagers, dared to go up near
the platypus, kick it in the jaw, see what happens.
Kick it in the head and see what happens.
And then, Jono's gone. No, it is incredible. It can detect electricity underwater. So what it can do is it can sense, listen to this, it can sense the electrical signal and impulse in a muscle contraction in a minuscule shrimp or insect in the water, and then can feed like laser focused on that.
Sorry, the ESB can't tell me my meter reading from head office.
No.
And this thing can detect an electrical signal from a muscle.
A muscle contraction of a shrimp or an insect.
A muscle
contraction of a muscle.
Contraction.
Yes. And then boom, it pounces and feeds very successfully.
That is unbelievable.
Yep.
God.
And it's to do with the bill. So the bill isn't
Yeah,
so a duck's bill is made of keratin, right?
Yeah.
So keratin's the same thing our nails are made of, our hair, right? So a duck's bill is made of that.
I was going to ask if it
hard.
has like hairs on it, like as a shark, or those kind of some sort of antenna, but it's the bill, is it?
It is soft and rubbery,
right?
The bill, but it's packed with these electrical impulse sensors. So that's how it hunts. It goes, closes its eyes, blocks its nostrils, blocks it just like this, basically. Me underwater, I like to do this underwater. So, because I have, if I go underwater, my ears block, right?
Yeah.
I've like whatever wax is in there, instantly deaf and also in a lot of pain. So when I'm in a swimming pool on my holidays, right? This is what I do. This is genuinely what I do. I put my two little fingers and push my nostrils in, and then my two thumbs reach round to my ears and push them in, and then all I do is I go in like the Tibete ad. I go in backwards into the water until I head back, until the water goes up to my forehead, and then I come up and I push it all back. That's the most in the water I'll get.
Forget about everything else in this episode. Forget about everything else you've ever told me. Let's just, let's break this down for a second. You have led me to believe that you are a fairly rounded man, right? A man of varying interests. A man who likes, and this is very specific, a man who's comfortable in himself.
Oh, very much so.
And a lot of people would think, that's due to his inherent masculinity. He's very comfortable. He's quite a manly man. He has reproduced. He has created 4 children. He was a good sportsman.
Yes.
I mean, he is 60 to 70% hoop.
I am, without question.
And
Hoop
it was all muscle. You can deadlift 200 kilos.
Exactly.
You could, you hold the sprint record for underage. Like, you were a serious athlete at Belvedere.
Yeah.
You were a sports person.
I was.
And this sportsman before me, who sits before me, will go into a paddling pool.
Paddling pool.
With his baby fingers over his nostrils.
No, pushing them in. You just push them in
like
and
this.
then push in your ears.
Do you know when John McGinn scores a goal, he does this?
Yeah, he does the goggles. Yeah,
because
for his nephew.
Yeah, his nephew has to wear goggles playing football.
Yeah.
And it was a little tribute to him. And yet you do.
No, that's actually, I never thought of that. That'll be my goal celebration. It'll be this.
You press in your nostrils with your baby fingers while holding your ears. Which
when you see me at the next World Cup, that'll be my celebration.
It's the stupidest thing. I mean, I know all children are embarrassed by their parents on a holiday, but if my dad got is everybody having a good time?
No.
I can't hear anything. Is everybody having a good... The water, which is 70% of the world's surface, is trying to kill me. Do you know something? You know, for all the stuff that you don't get, I don't get this infection, I don't get this infection,
Sure.
I would prefer to get Ebola, or some sort of hemorrhagic fever than to have to go into any degree of water like this. That is so embarrassing.
It's not.
You're an absolute
I am
disgrace.
embarrassing to my family, but it's not embarrassing to me. That's the thing about me. It's like, don't get embarrassed.
How do you swim?
No, I don't swim.
Do you just swim with your elbows?
No. Like, so if I'm swimming...
I'm doing the elbow stroke, everybody. Daddy's doing the elbow stroke. It's fine. Will you not just get a nose clip?
No.
And headphones, like the fella in the Something About Mary.
Yeah. Warren.
This is exceptional. Is that genuinely what you do?
Yeah.
Diarmuid, this is the clip for the internet. Our producer, Diarmuid, this is the clip. In fact,
Two of us doing
the
this.
bonus episode is me bringing him to a pool and seeing it. You genuinely... So will you not put your head underwater?
No. So get in as normal... Okay? No, again, it's normal. Although I always wear a Factor 50 t-shirt.
Jesus, that goes from normal to abnormal.
Right? But I always wear... I don't never get in without a Factor 50 t-shirt on.
Okay.
So this is another thing that freaks Cathal on my show out.
Yeah.
Is that like I went...
It's called a rash fest, isn't it, in Australia?
I don't know what it's called.
They're very into protection.
Oh, yeah.
No, you should do that.
I know I should, yeah. But my point is, like, like my kids will be slathered in Factor 50, and they're all like tops off. They go to the gym. They're big boys,
Ripple,
wherever you know, like they're like, and they're like, Dad, check my dive. And I'm like, yeah, cool, guys. And then I walk over, take off my like multicolored Crocs, have my light blue, sky blue Factor 50 shirt, and I waddle into the pool, and I'll get up to my shoulders and have a little breaststroke with my head up, and then if I feel like it's very hot, I'll put my head in the water. I just pinch the nostrils, push the earlobes, and then back I go, and then out, and then and brush the hair back, and away I go. That's what I do.
This is... I just have this idea. If you go, I can't go in the water because my little finger's sore. What would happen if you were ever you've been on a ferry.
Yeah.
You bring your children to France and family holidays and all the rest. If that ferry, God forbid, ever were to sink, we have an image of just you in a life jacket.
Yeah.
Why did you not ring? Why did you not blow on the whistle or turn on the light to attract attention? Because I did not have a free hand. I was doing this at all times.
The main reason is my CPUs are actually directly up my nose and in my ear
You're
holes.
actually resetting yourself.
Yeah, that's Control-Alt-Delete, basically.
I once free dived in a quarry for a show.
Wow.
And when you free dive, you have to equalize the pressure.
That's right.
So when you get down, your ears, and you have to, and it's actually really difficult to do.
Yeah.
But at no point as I free dived or free dove
Did you think?
Did I think to do? I think I'd rather die. I think I'd rather perforate an eardrum and die at the bottom of a quarry than to look as stupid as you did.
You might be impressed. Next time we go on holidays together, I'll show you my...
Do you know something?
My pool etiquette.
I actually think I would pay for a holiday to see that.
You bring me to a nice 5-star all-inclusive resort in Crete, and I'll show you what I do. Can we go back to the platypus for a second?
Yes.
because I'm not finished with him. So the software rebuild we've covered. Scientists at one point had a past platypus in their lab. The poor thing had died of natural causes. And they took it in and they were looking at it, whatever. And then they moved it to the left and moved on to another animal. I believe it was a scorpion, but I could be wrong with that. But it was something that glowed under a UV light. So they turned on the UV light and they went, what?
No.
And they went, whoa, sorry, slide the platypus back in. Platypi glow under UV light.
Really?
What was discovered by accident. They're biofluorescent.
God,
So they emit a blue-green glow.
which is very dangerous. That you would think that all the little boy racers of Australia have now tied them to the bottom of their cars.
Yes.
So, for what reason do we know?
No, I'm not altogether sure why. I mean, I would imagine you are biofluorescent usually.
Because you eat things that are bioluminescent.
But maybe they do. Maybe they consume bioluminescent food that it gives them a biofluorescent glow. But
Wow.
then, speaking of eating, the platypus has no stomach.
None.
No.
Cows get all the stomachs.
Cows have
Well,
all the stomachs.
are handed out by God.
Yeah. He made a mistake that day.
4, please.
Yeah. And
none
then
left for
platypus.
you.
No, I was going to give the cows 3, but you've annoyed me now with your weird duck bill.
Yeah.
And the way you hold
So
your
we're giving
breath.
them 4.
And
Not
you've
only
none.
that, don't get annoyed. Don't get right. That's it. They're getting all the nipples as well. You're going to have to sweat the milk out.
Yeah, that's true, actually. So what they have basically is just all intestine. So they go...
Elementary, my dear Watson.
Elementary, very good. They go basically mouth to butt
My
in a straight line.
mouth hole.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the human centipede.
Yes, basically that's what they are. So the food that they eat doesn't require a lot of processing, right?
Okay.
So they eat mostly soft-bodied aquatic invertebrates.
Okay.
So insect larvae, worms, freshwater shrimp, crayfish, and they're not particularly tough foods compared to, I don't know, meat, bone, fibrous plants.
I would have
that
thought the
other animals-
crayfish were pretty tough.
No, I
Like
think
Ronnie and
they're
Reggie crayfish.
pretty small. They're pretty
Come
small.
on.
So I think evolutionarily speaking,
Yeah.
the amount of energy it requires you to have stomach acid, they just went,
It's all right.
we don't need this.
Just make them glow in the dark.
Yeah, we'll glow in, exactly. We're better off glowing in the dark. So the unnecessary energy. So because often with evolution, I'm guilty of this. I always look for the evolutionary advantage. And when we've spoken to lots of what are they called?
Anthropologists?
Thank you. Anthropologists on the show, I've often asked that question, what's the advantage of it? And they're at pains to try and explain to me, no, evolution doesn't necessarily look always for the most advantageous scenario. It looks for the combination of things that makes this organism fine. And maybe other things are prioritized. So if it goes, I need loads of energy to swim and hold my breath in a weird way under the water and therefore eat crayfish. But then crayfish, I don't know. So get rid of the stomach and divert that energy to swimming and holding his breath. It's that kind of thing. So sometimes it does feel that way. But they grind their food mechanically. So the other great thing is when you want to grind something mechanically, what body part would you think you'd use to do that? If I said to you, grind this beef now.
Yeah, well, if I was a dog or something.
No,
like
you,
yeah,
teeth.
your fingers or your...
Yeah, platypus have no teeth. So they must grind their food mechanically because they don't have a stomach with stomach acid to break it down, but they also don't have teeth.
So, is it crocodiles who eat stones or something?
There you go. Exactly
Do
the
they
same.
do this?
Platypus scoop up
You often see them
gravel.
Anywhere near loose chippings in the N7.
Yeah, or indeed the roadstone quarries. They're difficult.
Oh, different.
Yeah.
A lot of them, you see, like the Australians sometimes say, listen, there's too many Irish people coming over here to work in the mines.
Yeah.
But if you counter that with the amount of platypi over here working for roadside quarries, it's roughly the same.
Yeah, they've come this way. We've had a back and forth exchange. The gravel that they scoop up crushes their food in their mouths before they swallow it. So they keep it in there. It's like birds have it in their gizzards in a way. And the platypus does that before it reaches the digestive tract.
Wow.
And so that energy that we talked about can be used to do other things when it doesn't have to break down any food like that. So let me just pause for a second. I'm sure I know where I'm going. It's done all that. Yeah. It also can store food in its cheeks, a bit like a hamster.
Right.
You know the way the hamsters, like I've had a hamster before, and they'll walk around with these huge puffed out cheeks.
Yeah.
But it's seeds and nuts and whatever. And then when they want them, just kind of let one of them slide into their mouth and
Yeah. Hamsters look like plastic surgery about 10 years ago. They all look like they've had too much filler. That's what a hamster looks like.
That's true.
So they can do this. So they can, but presumably that's a slightly different cavity than where they're keeping their gravel.
Yes, that's right. They have cavities in their cheeks for store the food.
No cavity in their teeth because they don't have any teeth.
Exactly.
But they have gravel in their gob.
Yeah, gravel.
Oh, gravel gob.
Baby platypuses are called puggles.
Puddles.
Puggles. Which is lovely.
That's cool. A puggle of baby platypuses.
And
platypi.
The European scientists who first examined a platypus genuinely thought it was a hoax.
Thought someone was taking the piss here.
They generally looked for stitches in the animal to think that the Australians were having them
something
on.
back.
Because, as we said, you go duckbill, otter body, beaver tail, and webbed feet with like
ankle spurs,
and you just go, come on, this is not real.
Do you know if you were putting together a body like that was a hoax, you wouldn't have done all of that?
No,
because it's too much.
Exactly.
You go duckbill, otter body. That's
enough.
No one's going to believe all the rest of it.
Exactly. I would completely agree. A friend of mine lives in Skerries in North County Dublin and was walking home the other day and thought he saw a rat, a very big rat, and then realised quickly, no, it was an otter.
Otters
a
are
wet
lovely.
otter walking through the streets of Skerries.
Walking through this?
Yeah, on his own.
Because they normally are like, I'll let you his on his own. He wasn't with, like, he had no protection, not like this.
No parent, no pet, no owner.
Just like, wandering through.
And I mean, he was wet, which means he had just been in water. So I don't know, like otters... Maybe it's a sea otter.
I'm not going into the sea again. My fingers
are
very
those of you listening,
sore.
Neil is doing my water protection. It is the greatest thing of all time. You'll never not think of it. When you think of any body of water from now on, you will think of me.
Do you know the way you love? I will, yeah, and I'll laugh, and that'll probably lead to me inhaling water and drowning.
Yeah,
the profound irony of that. Do you know the way you love? Like rock and heavy metal,
yeah.
And there's a kind of a vibe of that, right?
Or a devil horns is what you're thinking of. The surfer, maybe.
Okay, yeah.
Hang 10 or
because
whatever.
Essentially,
you're making the telephone thing that we used to do. Call me.
Yeah,
I'm doing 2 of those.
The call me signal is your thumb at your ear.
Yeah.
And then your baby finger just on your mouth. And what you've done is slightly lifted it and applied pressure.
Yeah.
It's like you're miming that you have 2 phones on your face at the same time.
2 phones and I can't breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. You've uncovered your favourite thing about me that you've ever learned.
I'm going to remember nothing about the platypus. Nothing. But if there's... Do you know when you die?
Yeah.
And there'll be a eulogy.
Yeah.
I don't care who is doing the eulogy. I will go, please, can I have like 30 seconds? I just want 30 seconds. I know he set up a philanthropic foundation and he essentially stopped malaria. He basically saved more people in the world than anybody else. And that absolutely deserves a tribute. But please let me do 30 seconds on the thing about his ears.
There you go. That's your platypus facts for today.
Glorious.
Thank you very much, Neil. Talk to you. The bonus episode's coming and it will be about metal and about rock and it'll be about Metallica.
Okay. That was class. Thanks.
Bye.